Are we expecting clearer regulation in terms of, if we get a red sweep or if Kamala Harris gets into office, but we still have Republicans in Congress and taking over the Senate? I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because both candidates have been more pro-crypto.
Right. I would say crypto is a nonpartisan issue in many ways. It was always meant to be credibly neutral. I think what's very clear is we're not going backwards, right? The tech is here to stay. There's been widespread acknowledgement about it. And the question really is, how does crypto fit into the larger tech narrative that's really important to the United States? Do we expect clearer regulations immediately? I'd say probably not right away, but I do know that there will be continued efforts, both from the industry and from the policymaker side, and hopefully regulators as well, to really find clear rules of the road for this space to be able to move forward in a way that's really great for users.
In your view, do we need to see a change at the top of the SEC, even if Kamala Harris wins the election? She might keep some people in government.
I think we certainly need to see a change in approach at the SEC. I think the current approach has not protected users or consumers as it's meant to do. And in fact, many ways, not protected them from the frauds that may be out there and stymied what is really important in terms of building in this space and having a productive path forward for all the crypto firms who are really trying to do it right.
So what are the most important issues, and you've recently testified before Congress, that they need to work on? If you were advising them on the first thing to tackle in terms of crypto regulation, DeFi regulation, what would you say they need to do?
The first thing that needs to get done is a stablecoin bill. I think that's unquestionably the most important way to move forward in the United States. Stablecoins are out there. They are obviously regulated by a number of the traditional money services and money transmission laws, but there needs to be a clear path forward for the private stablecoin issuers in the United States. I think market structure, which there have been a lot of efforts for that already going on, both in the House and the Senate. And we saw the historic passage of FIT 21 this past year, at least out of the House Financial Services Committee, is really the next thing to tackle after stablecoins. And then the third thing is more education on DeFi. I don't think there should be a rush to regulate, as we talked about during the hearing in September last month. But there definitely needs to be more education, more use cases, and more efforts from both industry and policymakers to work on what makes sense for DeFi, because it's very different from the centralized players in this space.